What is good, YouTube? This is Reckless back at it again for another tutorial for you guys. However, I've decided that there's so many basic, intermediate, advanced gloving tutorials that I'll just go over the personal moves that I myself use that are a little more advanced for the guys that are actually doing this in competition, things like that. But I'm going to go over some moves that I myself have made that I've never seen anybody else throw in their light shows. And this first one is going to be what I call the clock cluster. Well, it's a type of clock cluster. We'll just call it reckless clock cluster because that's me, and I'm the one who I believe is the first one to use it. So I'll just go over step by step what you guys have to do to get there. Alright? So we're going to start with your basic clock. This is the clock face that I use right here. So it's pointer finger up. Alright? So the pointer finger is going to be up, pointed up. The ring finger is going to be connected to the thumb here. And then the pinky finger and the middle finger are going to connect so that you look like this, right? And your pointer finger and your ring finger should be at a right angle, right? So if we want to do something like that, we can, right? The other hand, this is your clock face. It's just your open hand, boom, that's what it looks like, right? So we're going to take this hand, and this hand we're going to angle our pointer finger straight up, right? It's going to be straight up. So we're going to put our pointer fingers together so that it looks just like this. And then our ring finger and our thumb are going to be connected to the pinky over here. So that it looks just like that, right? Now, this thumb over here we're going to use to trigger. What I mean by that is it's a cause and effect. So I'm going to trigger and come back out, right? But when I do that, my pointer finger on this hand is going to go from one finger to the next. So, right? And when I get down here to the pinky, I'm going to drop that ring finger down. Alright, so once I get to that point, I'm looking like this. What I do is I use this now as a trigger versus the thumb. I bounce back up, causing my fingers to do a compression wave back. But when I get here, when I open my thumb back out at the end of that compression wave, I'm also going to be moving my pointer finger on this hand. So it'll be like this, right? So I'm going to start back over for you guys. So we're here, right here, boom, right? So now we're back into the original spot that we started at, except the clock is tilted at a little bit different of an angle. Instead of starting here, now we're over here. Now, I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm only going to use this once, and I'm going to guide my pointer finger down as I'm doing a compression wave back down. So it'll look like this, right? Now this pinky will end up here if we're doing it clean. So let's see, right? Now I am going to drop this finger back down again. So we're back to that same position again. But this time, what I'm going to do is when I bring this back up, it's going to be the trigger to move this whole hand to this position, right? So my thumb is at the bottom, and I have the ability for a 4-point cluster here. So what I will do now is move my thumb up to the center of my hand, and when I do that, it triggers that pointer finger back up, right? And then I'm going to do my 4-point cluster to trigger the clock. And when I come back up, I'm going to go back out of that, and I'm just going to move it over here and do another four-point cluster, but when I get to this point, I'm going to slide across just using basic tracing. I'm going to slide across and up to the point of my pointer finger, bring that guy down, but instead of moving this finger down again, I'm going to start by I'm going to leave my middle finger at the top, bring all the other fingers down, and then I'm going to move my pinky and ring out, and then my ring up, and then I'm going to come back and close. So that is my cluster clock. If you want to see it in like normal speed, this is what it would look like. And that's it. So thanks you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next tutorial. Have a good one.